Did you know that the average person speaks about 16,000 words a day, but only 20% of those words are actually remembered? That's right. Most of what we say gets lost in the noise. But here's the shocking part: studies show that people are 10 times more likely to remember a powerful speaker than a regular one. Why is that? It all comes down to communication skills. Whether you're speaking to a crowd or having a one-on-one conversation, the way you communicate can make or break your success. Did you know that 75% of people fear public speaking more than death? But the good news is, great communication is something anyone can learn. In this video, we'll break down 6 simple ways you can instantly level up your speaking skills, starting tonight. You'll learn how to capture attention, hold it, and leave a lasting impression. From powerful pauses to confident body language, these strategies will transform the way you speak. Stick around, and let's unlock your full communication potential. Chapter 1: The Power of Pause. Mastering silence for impact. Effective communication is more than just the words you speak. Silence is a powerful tool. Pausing during your speech allows your audience to process what you've said. It's like giving them a moment to reflect and absorb, which is crucial for attention. Studies show that listeners are more likely to remember what you say if there's a pause after important points. The best speakers know this trick. Think about Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't rush through his "I have a dream" speech. He used deliberate pauses to let the message sink in. These pauses create anticipation, building suspense and making each word more powerful. Also, silence can convey authority. When you pause after a key statement, people assume you have something important to say. In fact, research from the University of Glasgow found that pauses can make speakers sound more authoritative and confident. The next time you speak, try pausing for just a couple of seconds after every important point. You'll be surprised by the effect. Even more, pauses are not just for dramatic moments. Use them to allow your audience to reflect on your message. You can also use pauses to regain control if the conversation veers off track. This subtle control is a mark of a great speaker. Chapter 2: Voice Inflection. Transform your tone, transform your message. It's not enough to just speak the words, how you say them matters just as much. Voice inflection is the art of changing the pitch and tone of your voice to emphasize certain points. This simple tool can transform a dull monologue into an engaging speech. Research shows that people are more likely to remember information that is spoken with varied tone and pitch. A monotonous voice? It makes listeners zone out. But a voice with dynamic changes? It keeps them alert. Think about how effective voice inflection was in the speeches of Barack Obama. His powerful voice varied between calm and passionate, depending on the message. This variation keeps the audience emotionally engaged. According to experts, inflection also helps with clarity. It signals where your speech is heading, making it easier for people to follow along. So, practice adjusting your tone to emphasize the key parts of your message. But it's not just about being loud or soft. It's about making your voice dance with the emotions of the moment. You don't need to be a professional voice actor to do this. Simply practice stretching and shortening your sentences to add variety. Try saying, "I'm excited to be here today," with a high pitch at the start and a deep tone at the end. Notice the difference? Your voice can carry as much weight as your words if you use it right. Chapter 3: The Art of Eye Contact. Connecting without saying a word. The eyes truly are the windows to the soul. And when speaking, eye contact is your most powerful tool for connection. A study by the University of Michigan found that eye contact can increase a speaker's credibility by up to 20%. When you look someone in the eye, you're telling them, "I'm confident, I believe in what I'm saying, and I respect you." It's this subtle yet powerful form of communication that speaks louder than words. Great speakers don't just look at the audience, they engage with it. They make eye contact with individuals, not just a sea of faces. This creates a sense of intimacy and trust. Think about the world's top leaders, they all use this technique. Even in large crowds, the best communicators make eye contact with different people, making each listener feel as if the speaker is speaking directly to them. There's another reason for making eye contact: it helps you stay present. It prevents you from drifting into your own thoughts. Have you ever caught yourself looking down or away while speaking? It's usually because you're uncertain. But when you focus on a person's eyes, you're anchoring yourself. Eye contact also helps regulate your speech pace. When you look at someone, it's easier to gauge if they are following along or losing interest. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more strategies to boost your speaking skills. Chapter 4: Storytelling over stats. Engaging minds with emotional journey. Statistics are important, but stories are what move people. Research shows that when people hear a story, the brain lights up in multiple areas, processing both the language and the emotions involved. On the other hand, statistics often only activate the logical side of the brain. Storytelling taps into the heart, and that's what creates lasting impressions. Think about how Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone. He didn't start with technical specifications. Instead, he told a story about how Apple was changing the way people communicate. It was a narrative that people could connect with on a personal level. That's the power of storytelling. The best stories have a beginning, middle, and end. Start with a hook, a moment of surprise or curiosity. Build up the tension with challenges or obstacles. Finally, resolve it with a payoff that aligns with your message. By using storytelling, you create an emotional connection. This makes your audience care more about your message. You don't need to be a professional storyteller to use this technique. Simply share personal experiences or anecdotes that relate to your topic. Even a simple, "When I was younger, I faced this," can draw your audience in. The emotional appeal is what will keep them hooked. Chapter 5: Body Language Secrets. Let your movements speak louder than words. You may not realize it, but your body speaks louder than your voice. Research from Harvard University found that body language makes up about 55% of how we communicate. Posture, gestures, and facial expressions all play a massive role in how people perceive us. For instance, when you stand tall with shoulders back, you instantly appear more confident. In contrast, slouching can make you look unsure, even if your words are strong. Body language is a universal language. It's understood regardless of the spoken language. One key technique is using purposeful hand gestures. Studies show that people who use hand movements while speaking are perceived as more confident and trustworthy. However, be careful not to overdo it. Too much movement can distract from your message. Also, mirror the body language of your audience when speaking to build rapport. If you notice they're leaning forward, you can lean in too. If they're crossing their arms, uncross yours. This subtle mirroring makes them feel more comfortable and in sync with you. Chapter 6: Confidence from Within. The ultimate mental hack for unshakable presence. Confidence is the foundation of great speaking, but how do you build it? According to psychology, confidence doesn't always come naturally. It's something you can train. One trick is adopting a power pose. Studies by Amy Cuddy, a social psychologist, show that standing in a confident pose for just 2 minutes can increase feelings of power. Positive self-talk is another simple but effective strategy. When you tell yourself, "I'm ready for this," your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This boosts your confidence and can even help reduce anxiety. Additionally, visualizing success can trick your brain into feeling more confident. Before stepping in front of an audience, close your eyes and imagine yourself delivering your speech flawlessly. This mental exercise can significantly improve your performance. Finally, practice makes perfect. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. Start small, practice in front of the mirror or with friends. Eventually, you'll be ready to speak in front of larger crowds without hesitation. If you enjoyed these tips and want to master the art of communication, don't forget to subscribe for more actionable strategies.